How does a smart seller handle multiple offers on their property? Hey, I'm Dan Beer here, Beer Home Team eXp Realty, and this is one of the questions that we're most often asked right now in this environment is what is the best way to handle multiple offers? How do you deal with them? And how do you secure the best possible price while not scaring away your best buyers? Because there's a lot more that goes into it. I think most people just focus around or their energy on how do I get the number, the highest number I can possibly get, forgetting that it has to be, well, how do I get the number to the highest it can go with the buyer who will actually close and perform? And so there's a lot that goes into it. But here's step number one. Okay, recently we've had a number of homes where we have literally upwards of 8 to 15 offers on multiple different properties. And the way you handle it at first is going to determine the success. Most people's instinct is to just start shooting off big numbers and rejecting the smaller ones, right? The people that didn't come in quite as strong. That is not the right strategy. You have to, that first step, strategically thinking, isn't that you're going to figure out the sales price. The first step in responding to the offers is simply to keep everybody engaged and to allow that floor to float up, because what you want to know is what is your downside. If you lose this offer, what's the offer then going to be, right? You want to understand what cards you're playing with so that you also understand what kind of aggressiveness you have in your control, right? What cards you have and how aggressive you can be. So the first step is really just to encourage all offers. And when someone calls and they say, hey, you know, here's where my buyer's gonna come in and it's not quite the asking price, some people will say to them, oh no, if you don't come in at that price, forget it, we're not selling to you. Our response is different. It's just, hey, write the best you can, send it over, let us do our work, let's see what we can do. The reason why, let's just imagine an $800,000 home. Reason why is you get an offer, let's say a bogus offer, okay, $700,000, something ridiculously low on your $800,000 property. So you have that offer now. That offer that most other people see as trash, we see as a treasure, because now we have the next person that's saying, hey, we're going to write an offer. Where are you at? What price, what will the seller do? And we say, look, and they ask the question, do you already have offers? Now, because we have this ridiculous $700,000 offer, we are able to ethically say, yes, in fact, we do have offers. Now, don't worry, we still haven't responded and you're in perfect timing. Just make sure you get the best in you can, because we have so much activity and there's a lot of interest on the home. Just go ahead, submit your offer. We'll get in front of the seller. We'll get you a response. Now, this buyer B, who's the serious buyer, they are not envisioning that other offer as $700,000, right? And of course, we would never tell them that was the case. They're envisioning that it's probably somebody that loves the home just as much as they do. So they think that offer is maybe already at $800,000 full price. And that's how you start getting offers that start floating above. And so really in the first step, it's let's get all the offers. And then the first counteroffer round, which it's called a multiple counteroffer. Let's just get counteroffers off to everybody and encourage their highest and best and go ahead and we clean up terms. Now when those highest and best come in, which is essentially the buyers counteroffering themselves, now we see who we're working with. Now we see who the strongest are. And if we have something we really like, of course, we can move forward, or we can just come back to them and say, gosh, I know we asked you for your highest and best. Boy, it's been really difficult to decide. There's just so many qualified people. Now, Mr. Agent or Miss Agent, we really like you. We think you're a professional. We like the way you work. We like how responsive you've been, right? You played to their ego a little bit. We like how responsive you've been. And it's just a tough thing. Can you help us try to make this decision? Did your buyer really provide their highest and best, or would you like another chance? And it's amazing how all of a sudden that highest and best they gave us a day ago is starting to float and go and go. And if you're really playing it right, you can start having contingencies come off early, due diligence periods end faster, appraisals waived. There's all kinds of things that come into play. But they only come into play if you have the leverage and the power of having a substantial buyer pool that's interested and that you haven't prematurely scared away. I would love to talk about it, how it could personally serve you. I'm Dan Beer here, Beer Home Team eXp Realty, and we'll see you on the next one.